Hello, everyone, and welcome to the newest episode of Sense of Survival with Anton and Tasha, where we're hoping to propel you from merely surviving with your money to thriving with your money. Today, we're talking about commissions.
Commissions.
Now, we're not talking about a sales job where you earn commissions, but we are talking about how we are paying our children to do chores and household things around the house, helping out around the house. We in this house do not do an allowance. An allowance is where you kind of just hand your kids money for existing.
Right.
Well, I don't know about you, but our jobs don't just hand us money for existing. So we want to teach our children to associate work with getting paid, and that things that they do and accomplish are what are going to get them paid. So instead of handing our kids allowance, we have set up a commission-based system. So how do you think that's worked so far for Carrington? What are the benefits? What's the point?
Well, we should be honest in that we're not currently doing this. We've been visiting about it because Declan is now at the age to start receiving commissions. So we started this when Carrington was 4, and she had 3 main jobs to do when she started it. She had to keep her room clean. She had to unload the silverware out of the dishwasher, and she had to, I believe, make her bed.
Mm-hmm.
And so we paid her 10 cents a day for each of those items. And some of those are items that kids normally should be doing, but as a 4-year-old, we wanted her to learn how to make her bed, clean her room, and have a motivation behind that. And as she got older, those changed. Those
Mm-hmm.
jobs changed so that she was just learning. She was just doing her bed because that was the responsible thing to do living in our house. And so, did I answer that?
Yeah. So that's where, as they get older, the definition of just a normal household duty that you have to do just for living in the house, kind of like we the parents do. Lawns have to be mowed, laundry has to be done, dishes have to be cleaned, just other household things. Bills have to get paid, vacuuming, all of those things that we as adults just have to do as part of living in our home. That's what our goal is, to try to teach them that they have responsibilities just because they live in our home, just because they get the privilege of living here. Now, this isn't slave labor. It's not drill sergeant-y. As Tasha mentioned, the first few are just basic responsibilities that as they grow older, they're going to want to learn anyway. Making your bed, keeping your room clean. Not only we are trying to prepare them for adulthood, but we're trying to prepare them for living with other people as, roommates in college, or when they get married, to be able to, have responsibility and keep their room clean and keep their house clean. But as Tasha was saying, those jobs do change as they get older and as responsibilities change and abilities change. What we don't want to happen is everybody has been to Target or been to Walmart in the toy aisle and have our kids, every toy they see, I want this toy, I want this toy, can you buy this for me, can you buy this for me? And instead of always telling them no, or we can't afford it, or it's not in the budget, what we have always reiterated with them is, sure,
You can buy it with your money.
you can buy it with your money. And that changes the conversation really fast. It suddenly makes them realize, oh, well, wait, I don't have any money.
Or
how do I get money?
That's not something I want to spend my money on.
Right.
So if a child doesn't want to spend their money on it, then why would I want to spend my money on it? So it's just teaching them more of a value of money.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition to that, we're also teaching her, we had her divide her money in 3 categories: give, save, and spend.
Yeah, good.
So we want to teach our kids the importance of tithing. And so we had her set aside 1/10 of that amount to give, and she took it to church and gave it in the offering. And so that was really important. We feel like as part of our core beliefs, that's important to teach at a young age, that any income that our children earn, they need to give the first 10% to the Lord. The second part was saving. Now, my parents did a great job at teaching me how to save, but I'm not a natural saver. And so we feel like it is so important to impart that on our children. We want to teach them to save, and hopefully they become natural savers. And a great way to do this, and we've done this with Carrington, is she has saved up to make several very large purchases. And so she has learned the value of saving and keeping a goal in mind. And the other one is spend. And this was a great one when Carrington was little. We'd go to the store and see, okay, what are we usually hit the dollar spot at Target. And because, those were something that she could easily save up for. And so I remember her buying her first thing with her commission money. She bought this little squeaky tiger toy, and that was above and beyond all toys. That was her most favorite for a very long time because it was something she spent her money on. And it just it just shows when you spend your hard-earned money on something, you value it that much more. I think that that helps with children learning the value of money.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be something that you're like, when they go to spend their dollar at the Target spot, we covered the tax, things like that. It's like that's not the lesson we're worried about right now. We're worried about the lesson of working to earn money and then using that money to then buy something. So, the 8 cents tax or whatever we covered on the toy, wasn't that big of a deal. But the lesson we were instilling was work to earn to spend. And so that was the important lesson we wanted to teach her. And as Tasha mentioned, now over the years, like I said, we've kind of fallen off on the commission piece of it where there's daily tasks for her to earn. But she does house
She's
sit
still, right. Both
for
of
our neighbors.
Our kids actually are, she earns money through
and birthday gifts and Christmas,
people.
Things like that.
Right.
So she has learned the value of money. She has learned how to earn her money and how to save it to where she has been able to save up for some big purchases. And then in that, we also have a lesson on responsible spending. We don't just let her go out and spend it on whatever. We do usually talk through some of those purchases because we walk in the door of a store and the first thing she sees, she's like, that's what I'm going to spend my money on. We're like, we haven't even made it past the front door yet. Like, let's go look around. Let's go check things out. Because
and it teaches her, and this is what we teach in our class and talk to with other couples, is the value of wise counsel when you spend money. So, if you have a goal in mind or you have a goal of what you want your money to do, then you need to have wise counsel in your life telling you or to talk through those spending decisions with. So we are hopefully teaching her that as well. So all of that, Declan's 4 now, and we're thinking we really need to reinstitute our commissions in our home. So they both have chores that are house responsibilities that they do, like gathering the trash and unloading the dishwasher, bringing their laundry down to the laundry room. So we've just been discussing now what are some jobs that they could do to earn commissions. And so we're really in that conversation right now and would love input even on maybe something that you guys do with your children to earn commissions. So we have a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old. Our 4-year-old will obviously look more like get your room clean and make your bed and get yourself dressed. Those types of things. Know where your shoes are. Things
so
that we're wanting him to learn.
Yeah, so make sure to comment below with age-appropriate tasks that your kids do. We would love to know what you do and be able to share those with others as well, because like Tasha said, we're kind of right in the middle of it, figuring out things to do for them. And just going back to the give, save, spend, because that is something I like to reiterate. On those, we had 3 separate envelopes for her, and we paid her when she's young. When they're that young, we paid her every single day. So I had a jar of dimes that I kept on my nightstand. I had to go to the bank and buy rolls of dimes. And at the end of the night, as I was tucking her in, I'd go get her 3 commissions if she earned them that day, if she did each of her 3 chores. And then we would sit there and we'd put them 1 dime in each envelope. We didn't do 10% when she was that young.
Right.
We did 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents. It was just easier math that way. But it was teaching the lesson. She did 3 chores. She got to put a dime in each of her envelopes. And then the envelopes that we used were actually clear plastic envelopes. So she got to see the money build up in those envelopes and see how quickly it was accumulating as she did her chores. So again, it was just another little motivation tool for her to see those dimes fill up. And then she got to bring them to the bank of mom and dad so that we could buy those dimes back from her and give her dollar bills, so then she could take them to the Target and buy her gift. So that's what we're working on. We did this video knowing full well that we were going to have to admit that we need to be better about it, and so it's a good accountability piece for us as well. So you can ask us as you comment over the next few days on the video how we're doing, and to keep us in check. So before we wrap up the video, we do want to do, what did Anton buy? And this week I have a couple of small purchases because I think, as we've mentioned in the last couple videos, I went a little crazy at Nike on our vacation. So I'm in the building back up of the personal money category. So I bought a couple small cards this week on eBay. One of my favorite baseball player ever, Tim Robinson, and one. Oh, that's not who it is it? Inside joke. Comment below if you want to hear the story. We'll tell it. Ken Griffey Jr., and then one of Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Didn't even know he had a card. Found it this week. Bought it this week. So, it's pretty excited to pick that up. Anyways, that's all we had for you today. We just want to thank you again for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the video below. Our last video, you guys shared it up, and we had 3 or 4 new subscribers, so we're so thankful for that. It's awesome. It's building. We're excited about it, and we're thankful for that. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube, give it a share, give it a watch. Thank you so much. Have a great day.